more drinks, more sips, more time getting spent on text, more things that I gotta confess. Let's be honest for once and own it. Lose ourselves and live in the moment. When they doubt, we just show them. Private plane, we just floating.
Take that pain, pass it down like bottles on the wall. Mama said her dad's to blame, but that's his daddy's fault. Oh, there's no one left to call. You stay up counting down the days till you make your escape, but you're afraid you can outrun what's in the dead of night on that broken road. I won't let you walk alone.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. The weekend where 4 teams gets cut down to 2 here in the AFC. The divisional round contest is underway. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he charges ahead, but Snow and defenders stop him. Looked like he picked up a couple. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8.
Speed left. Hey, team, what's up? Why, Tony. Yeah.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
8 yards to go.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
11. Here we go. Swap. Another swap. Hey, south.
Now air it out on 3rd. Ooh, and almost an opening drive pick, but he couldn't hang on. He dropped it, so the potential turnover winds up on the ground. Just they'll bring up 4th down. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10.
Ready?
Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start. 70 Lions. Hurt.
Talk to me. What you got?
Ready?
Now the first carry for Quinshawn Judkins. Drifting ever closer to their goal line as he winds up backwards to his own 5. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Not a lot of real estate for them to work with here. It's 2nd and long.
Ready? 70 Timberwolf. Panther 11.
Watson now off play action. Headed out right. His first throw is an interception. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans bring this back inside the 10-yard line before going down. Now in that spot, Brock, I think his first priority is just getting the throw some kind of way and avoiding the safety, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. And I know it's so easy for us up here in this comfy booth, armchair quarterback, but you can't ever relax when you're reading the coverage. Just because you're worried about taking a safety, you still got to stand, you got to deliver, and you got to take care of the football.
Oh, and
They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal.
here we go. Let's go. 18. What's up?
Shotgun now, 1st round. Escapes the pocket. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Each round of the playoffs, Brock, getting some early points becomes more and more important. And they're on the board here in the divisional round.
Pretty tricky round for a lot of teams to get through, which makes some early momentum, to your point, all the more valuable. They're doing all they can to avoid getting tripped up before that conference title affair.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Get it. 19 Charger. 19 Charger. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Let's go. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Back to work after throwing the pick. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Offense in the hurry up here. From the gun, Judkins. And he's going to manage about 3 there before the defense gets to him. that time, so 6 to go on second down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Mustang 19, Dragon 60. Chop 60, Chop 60. 79 Broncos. Let's go.
Working from the gun, Watson. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. So their second drive ends just the way their first one did, Brock. And if you are the coach down there, man, you've got to be fuming.
Yeah, so frustrated, right? 2 drives in, you still can't get your game plan at all. Not a series you're going to keep ending prematurely. You don't want to be playing behind schedule right from the start of the game, which is exactly where they found themselves.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
18, what's up?
Back to throw. Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
It's Mixon on second down. Avoids the defender. We've got foot race. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And the snow hampering their ground game here as he's slowed up just a yard on that run. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Keeping it with Mixon. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he'll get about 4 yards as that brings up 2nd down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. So that's the end of one in this AFC Divisional Round contest. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Texans with a chance to score.
18, what's up?
Now we're on the draw with Mixon. And this is going backwards. The defense all over that draw, and they're going to lose yards. Third down coming up.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call for the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
How's the set? Hut. 118. What's up? Why Tony? Tony. Hut.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Short pass brought in. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that will add to their score.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Judkins to begin the drive. And he's going to manage about 3 there before the defense gets to him. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Ready?
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 19 Lion.
Throwing is Watson. He gets this to Harold Fannin Jr. Complete. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Offense in the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard
Hawk
line.
70, Hawk 70. 18 Rattler, 18 Trap 60, Trap 60.
Win the rep. Let's go right here.
Ready?
1st and 10. It's Watson. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's another Browns.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Warrior 70.
I got him. He's mine.
1st and 10. Here's Watson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
1st and 10
Come
at
back
the
team, 60
23-yard line.
Maverick, 60 Maverick. 19 tight, 19 tight. No ball. Let's go.
1st down throw. Watson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23.
Cougar 19. Mustang 19. 79 Broncos.
Throwing again. Here's Watson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. We have seen this happen before, partner. 3 interceptions in a row. We're going to spare the quarterbacks who've done it. Not going to mention any names, but, man, not a list that he wanted to join.
Yeah, he probably stopped throwing the ball. Like, stop. Stop throwing the ball. You say that out loud?
That was out loud, yeah. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And tough running as the elements continue offering up a challenge, partner. He is only able to get back to the line there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
All right. 18, that's it.
From the gun, Stroud. Look at that power, deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
And the Texans first down. A pickup on the play of 54 yards. 1st down, Houston.
19 Texans. Here we go, let's go. 18.
Here's Stroud now. And that's going to be incomplete. First time he's looked his back's way this game, but no results yet.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Look the hot, look the hot.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. Looking underneath here to Mixon. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. The rookie out of UCLA in on the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
How? Hey, uno. 18, what's up?
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. A very short kick here from the right hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Escapes the pocket. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a 1st. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Flacco's going to throw here on 1st. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
19 tight, 19 tight. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Buffalo 18.
Flacco again on 2nd and 10. Finds him over the middle. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Say, hey. Mustang 19, 19 Lions.
From the gun, Flacco. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Ready, ready. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Riggs, Riggs. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Count 19, trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Flacco. It is Cup, left side. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Hey, smash. Panther 11, Panther 11, Dragon 60. Get up.
3rd down from the gun. He's got a man left. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Give him 8 on that one. And that's a Browns 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Ready. Nike, Nick, check, 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 check. Warrior 70. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Scoop.
Throwing from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 2nd down.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Hurt, hurt. 79 Bronco. 19 tight, 19 tight. 18 Pioneer. Ready, ready.
Working now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Rig alert. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Buffalo 18, 70 Rangers. Mustang 19.
3rd down, it's Flacco. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
18, set it. 70 Lion, come 19, come 19. 19 Lion, Panther 11, Panther 11. Hut.
They'll throw for it. It's caught. Cannon has it. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line.
That's another Browns first.
And they're going to get up to it and spike it. That's going to stop the clock. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80. Hey, smash. Trap 60, trap 60. Warrior 70. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Hut, hut.
He's going to throw this one. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Ready. 70 tip. Check smash, check smash. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready, ready.
Here's a throw. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Schmidt connects. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
That's tremendous execution right there. Really using every bit of time they had left in a methodical drive, paying off with points. And remember, they'll get the ball to start the second half as well.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. He's got the squiver. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Half the battle complete, Brock, as we resume play here. A spot in our AFC Championship on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Run right side, Judkins. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. We go play action with Flacco. Vacates quickly left side. Firing it deep left side. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans are going to have it back at the 34. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt. I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and now a chance to add to this lead.
And tough running as the elements continue offering up a challenge partner. He is only able to get back to the line there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Stroud from the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
We talk so much about decision-making, and often it's the decision of where to throw it, right? Reading the defense, finding the right coverage to attack. But there's also great decision-making that comes with just getting rid of the football, just avoiding sacks. They are so detrimental. And that one, man, it ate up a ton of yards.
Trying to set up a screen for Mixon. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And he made sure to angle that one toward the sideline. He bounces inside the 20 and jumps out at the 13. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Shotgun handoff here for Junkins. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Working quickly here.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
Now looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Jimmy Ward has it. And he's going to score. Pick 6, touchdown, Houston. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme was give me 6.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And the Texans take a 3-possession lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Has this at the 6. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. They got to him early, and they laid a big hit on him.
6-yard line.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks it with a really long field ahead.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Judkins running between the tackles. And this gets them well away from danger as he is up past their 20. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Browns.
Flacco off the play action. Completed to his running back. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that's a Browns 1st down. Offense to the line fast.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Judkins headed right. And he charges through the snow for a gain of 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Isaiah Simmons on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Judkins on 2nd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense up to the line fast.
A 7-yard gain. That's another
1st down, play action.
1st down.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He's really starting to just about exhaust every option and trick he's got at his disposal. That time, trying to test him outside the pocket, extend the play, there was just nowhere to go with it.
79 Bronco, 19 tight, 19 Lion.
Again to throw on 2nd. Escapes the pocket. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the 1st. He goes to the hurry up here.
That's good for a Browns 1st down.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36.
60 Warriors, 70. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Tap 60, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Let's go.
Rolling from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. Offense in the hurry up here.
Another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Dragon 60.
Working on 1st down. Cut near the goal line. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Judy touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And the point after is good by Schmidt. And the Browns cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Wanting to start the drive with Mixon. Free up the middle, it's a breakaway. He goes the distance, touchdown Houston. The Texans make it a 16-point ball game. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown.
And that right there is why you continue to feed a running back. Definitely the most we've seen him do with any touch this game, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And the Texans take a 3-possession lead.
Browns 10. Fairbairn, the kickoff for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 Lion. Mustang 19.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Offense in a hurry up here.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of 3rd down.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
3rd and long for him here. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Riggs. 18 Pioneer. Warriors 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Check up.
Here's the snap on 4th. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Only 1 quarter left before we send one of these teams to the AFC title game. It's Browns football. Their season down to its final quarter if they can't erase this lead. They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Here we go. 60. 70. 60. 60. Curve 19. Curve 19. 79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
They're going to try and throw it here. Working downfield, and Fannin has it. Big man showing up the yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18. What's up? South.
And the shotgun, a gift to Mixon. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
18. What's up? Hey, south.
Mixon gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
1st and 10, run to Mixon. And tough running as the elements continue offering up a challenge partner. He is only able to get back to the line there. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 50-yard line.
And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So that delay backs him up 5. Now 2nd and 15 to go. Running it after the penalty. And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Greg Newsome has it. And the Browns have some new life in the 4th.
Kate, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
Trap 60, trap 18, Pioneer. 60 Bobcat, 60, go.
Michael's going to throw here on 1st. That one's complete over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
1st and 10, looking to throw. He's got it over the middle. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down. Working quickly here.
At the 13-yard line.
Handoff headed left. It's Judkins. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. Working quickly here. Another one for Judkins. And the defense gets the stop to deny that 1st down. It's still a very good game. They picked up 12, 3rd and short.
4-yard line. A gain of 12 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Another game to Judkins. And he's in for the touchdown. The Browns parlay the interception into points. And now for the point after, and crucially to bring things within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from them, a field goal, will tie this game in the 4th.
Texans 27, Browns 24.
set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard run.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those drops.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now, first round. Throw finding his back. Mixon. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Tony. Hey. South. Hey, uno.
Looking to throw. He finds Adams, complete. And they're going to touch him down as they wind up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs, too.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 43.
All right.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And he charges ahead, but Snow and defenders stop him. Looked like he picked up a couple. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's going to be right up against that line that they needed. Make it 3rd and maybe a yard at most from the 34.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go.
Strat on the sneak. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
It takes an impressive amount of strength, that lone man winning, to hold the line against a sneak, even when you know it's coming. That's well done.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
How's this not? What? 118. What's up?
So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
All right. Hey, 118. What's up?
Running for it, Mixon. He will have the Texans first down there, and the celebrations can begin now down on that sideline.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on fourth.
On the quick, right?
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Design quarterback run here. So the Texans come away with the road win. And they pulled off the rare and elusive road win in the postseason, which means their journey stays alive another week as they head to the conference championship, where they're going to get a shot to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.